All right, and this is just broad, but not everything is just 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 by 5s. Nothing in life is like that. So I hit the measuring tool. I measure from this low up to this high. All right, that's 7.75. So basically 8 contracts. So 8 times 8, so that's 8. So 8 times 5, or that's 5, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So that's 35 for a 7-point move. So 35, all right, 500 divided by 35. That's 14.2. So I can risk 14 contracts. That's going to put me at $542. See, that's about the rough ballpark I wanted to enter at. But since I got all this time, since it's a 5-minute and I'm not entering on a 1-minute anymore, I can just go ahead and boom, 13 contracts. Boom, from here to there, 13 contracts will risk me about $500. Boom. Oh, shoot. Not that one. And then, boom, just do the 1-to-1. Boom. So I know that I can really just hit, I don't really got to do all the math. Since I'm doing it on a 5-minute, I just put my stop loss there. I put my entry here, my stop loss here. Then I change the contract size till I'm risking exactly what I want to make for a 1-to-1. But then, boom, hits a 1-to-1. All right, and before we took out that high, we come over here. Now the order block is here. So this was the highest high before this was the highest high. So when this was the highest high, it's the same thing. Just move this stop loss to this order block, and I just go for a 1-to-1. All right. So now I'm risking, oh shoot. So now I'm risking $245. Well, I just changed the contract size. Oh shoot, not that many contracts. I just changed the contract size to 29 contracts, and I'm risking $507, which is about what I want to make. All right, 507. Now I put the stop loss, I line that up. Boom. So what does it do? Even though it does this big ass range and it comes all the way down here, bro, and it comes all the way down here, I don't even got to get to equilibrium before I'm out of the trade. I don't even got to get to the external range, nor did it go there. It swept this high. So it kept on going up, but it did reject off of that order block. And we could put this OT. Oh, not delete my OT. We love our OT now. Not only that, all right, so boom. This order block is at the deepest point in OTE right here. There's the order block. It starts right there on the 5-minute. That's where it starts. This is where the breaker structure is right here. To the breaker structure. So once it breaks past that swing low, we enter on this order block right here. When it comes up into this order block, it goes all the way down here, does all this, but then boom, it taps into this order block, and then boom, it taps right into the take profit. This one barely made it, yo. This one like literally barely made it. But what does it do? It enters in right here, and then boom, it taps out right there. To a tick, it tapped out right there. If I would have had any more money, hold up, wait a minute. It enters right here, and then it immediately hits right there. It's not even like to a tick. This candle hits it, and then this next candle is already hit it. No, so that one was immediately, not even to the tick. We got headroom on this bitch. Like, we really could have got a little bit more, a smidge bit more. But it definitely was a safe 1-to-1. So boom, hits that, boom, it enters as soon as it hits that. The first line that hits that order block, it enters. Once it hits that order block, then, which is this line right here, then the next candle hits the take profit. Boom. Once again, that's a 1-to-1 right here. That's a 1-to-1 right here. Then, before that one, we took out this high right here. It's the same shit. When this was the highest high. Only when this was the highest high. And this was the highest high before these highs came into play. So then we enter off the order block. So we move our stop loss. We enter right here off of this order block. Boom, because that's where it broke structure. These are the first series of order block. We put the stop loss right here. and we put the take profit right here for a 1-to-1. Every single time does this not work. When it sweeps a daily high, and that is why, because we swept a daily high. This wasn't no random high. Yo, this is literally a daily high. So we put the risk where we want it. Boom. Once again, another order. That is 3 1-to-1s. One in Asia, one in London, one in New York. And to be real with you, and just to keep it 100% real with you, the first high that we took out, oh, that was it. Yeah, that was it. That was the move. This first one we don't take because there's no fair value gap right here with this order block. There's no, can you get this? There's no fair value gap, and it barely taps this. This one sweeps the daily high, has an order block right there, and there's a fair value gap right here. That's high probability setup. High probability setup. It's really that simple. And then all through this, I'm not, even though this is movement, I'm not paying attention to any of this because, for one, this did not take out this daily low right here. Does this take out this daily low? No. But this right here takes out this daily low. Because this is Asia starts the day. It looks like New York put in this low right here. We took it out. What happens when we take out the daily low? We come in here, we wait for a 5-minute displacement with the order block. So right here, we get a close, except for this order block is all the way up here. And it may look less clean. It may look like, oh, we got all this stacked. Actually, this one's even better because we go from a 5 to a 15, which is a higher time frame. And then we use the same logic, but now with higher time frame logic. So when we break this high right here, which is gonna make this more likely to hit, then we enter off of this order block right here because the order block is the one that starts this series of close right here. All right, so we break structure right here, right? Then we dip back into this order block, and the only reason this order block is valid is because there's a fair value gap right here, and this fair value gap is touching the body. So when this one's completely in the body, this one's halfway in the body, this one is just dipped in the body. So we enter off that first one right there, boom. This is a consistent, high probability 1-to-1. And look, this one even offered way more than a 1-to-1. But, all right. So look at this. All right, well, we're risking the same amount of contracts as we did on the last one, but it's so much more is at risk now. Well, it doesn't matter. The same contract doesn't mean it's going to be the same risk because this is a way bigger stop loss. So now we just take off more contracts. So we're risking less contracts. We risk 3 contracts. We risk 4 contracts and we're in 620 zone. I'm trying to get near 500. So if I'm trying to get near 500, I'm going to just risk 465. That's a stop loss. And since this is bigger, I mean, honestly, if I really wanted to just inch this up to 500, it would give me 500, and that would give me a little bit over a 1-to-1. That give me like a 1.03 or a 1.1 or something like that. But really, I'm gonna just, for probability sakes, anywhere from 440. If it lands anywhere from 440 to 510, I'm gonna just enter in that zone. So 465 is fine with me. Because if I'm wrong, it's not like I'm taking a huge step back. And if I'm right, I'm still taking a good step forward. So we're still putting more cushion. Only for high probability setups. Same thing over here. So that was the low getting taken out. But what about the high of this day? Alright. So this was the high of that day. We just did the low of this day. When this high of the day got taken out, and I should really be doing this on my YouTube for real. I'm just making a quick one right now because I'm snapping right now. All right. Go down into the 5-minute, because we look at the 5-minute first for clean 5-minute structure. All right, so I think we enter off the fair value gap order block, right? So we put this here to here. Boom. We hit sell. Boom. Stop loss here. Really stop loss here. Let's just say we did it right there. Would it work from there? Because that's like the main point. So honestly, with this one, since the stop loss is so big, I would honestly put the low right up in here, just because this just looks like this is a swing high, then a swing down, and then this one is just like a little bit high. So if I put the stop loss right there just on a vibe, damn, this one doesn't oh, my mom's calling me. So this one, either we got out at break even. If we saw it turn around and go all the way up there and we made it see it that close, we don't have to take the loss. If it made it this close, because look, it really got to enter like, it really got to come right here. Sometimes they don't always work out, but it worked a majority of the way, yo. And actually, this one did work out still. What am I saying? What am I saying? Because if you stuck through it, look, it never hit the stop loss. It just almost hits the take profit, and then it retraces, and this one's all day. See, it goes, we go to London, we come into New York, and we still haven't taken out that Asia high. But then New York opens up, and then we finally take it out. So this one did work out. So what is the problem? And it swept a daily high, and it's the same algorithm. The only reason that this one threw me off is because it made it so close, and then it didn't even hit it. It just turned around, and then boom. But that's based off of the order block, and there's an order block right here with a fair value gap, yo. So this is the cleanest move. It's the same setup. It sweeps a daily high and then does a 5-minute market structure shift with an order block with the fair value gap. The only one thing about this one that was different from all the other ones were like 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes tops. This one, you almost made it in like 5, 10, 20 minutes. You made it from 9:25 to 12:30. You almost make it. But then it turns around. And then you just got to deal with what? $360 of withdrawal, but you don't get close. You don't get that close to that 502 or that 498 you're risking, and then it hits your take profits. And the only thing about this one is you had to sit through it, and it was the only trade of the day, besides when it took out this low. So you got one short for the day, one high probability short. None of these other shorts matter. None of them really matter. You can enter off the Fibonacci and stuff if you want. But I mean, like, we entered this price as soon as this order block was available. So we entered way sooner in here. This is high probability trading. Then we take out the low. I already showed you that one. All right. And then we come out here and then we take out the high right here of this day. And I already showed you that one. And then there's the high from this day. So this is really two highs, because this is a high of the day and this is the high of the day. And they're both Asia range too. So that's two highs it really takes out here for another short. So I just showed you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 order block moves that all happen based off a sweep of a daily high and then putting in another step. And they all worked for a 1-to-1 and could have got more out of some of them. But they were actually all working every single time because they had a fair value gap, an order block, a sweep of the high. It is so consistent. If I keep on going, we probably will find the loss. But after 5 damn trades, you already up. And they're all around average of $500. 5 times 5. That's $2,500 you just made, yo. And that number could be any number. This could really be we were risking 10,000 each trade. And then we made them 5 trades. Now we got 50 bands in fucking 1, 2, 3 days? Not even a fucking week? And you're out 50 fucking bands all of a sudden? Quit playing with me.